Wow, that's fancy.
If you're gonna spin it, just make sure that you are away from my head a little bit.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So for everyone, this is Jordan. I've been staying, and Jordan and Hannah. Elizabeth, sorry. Oh my god.
You're good.
No, my head.
Hi.
Elizabeth. My brain, sorry.
You're good. I call people the wrong name all the time.
And then we're going to be cutting Jordan's hair. He's got very long hair. So Jordan, if you want to just tell me what you like, what you don't like about your hair, and then we'll go from there.
It just gets too thick and bunchy on the sides and won't lay down backwards. So just making it look clean.
Tidy up. Cool. Elizabeth is going to be watching like a hawk. Don't cut too much. When's the last time you had it cut properly?
It's been about a month and a half or 2 months.
A month and a half, 2 months.
But I just got it, same thing, just trimmed up, cleaned up.
And you like the natural flick at the back, right?
Yes.
So I'm creating where his hair naturally grows. You can sort of see it naturally falls down, whereas this hair naturally. So if I take another line, you'll see that doesn't look like it's sitting right. So you see how this hair wants to go up?
Yes.
Get a bit wet there. So I'm creating, it's called a triangular section on the back of his hair.
Okay.
And that is allowing me to separate the sides from the top. And I'll go to where his basically contour point is. And I'm pulling down. And I separate it, and then...
You need a clip for that?
I'm going to clip it after. I'm just going to make sure because you see, I can already see this line isn't sitting right.
Yeah.
So I'll just take it again. You can sort of see where his hair grows. This is being pushed back because the hair's heavier, but as soon as you take the side, see how it falls down naturally?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It feels so weird.
It's a good look, no?
Hey, I would not complain about a little man bun action
Hey,
like that.
with the top
Kinda
and bottom
cute.
getting separated better, you may be able to pull it to a man bun better.
Yeah.
Each section that I do is very tight. See, I'm always separated, so when I pull the hair here, I'll be able to see the cut from the last one that I made. And then when you're cutting on scissors, I watch it.
She learned how to ride a dirt bike yesterday. She thinks she can do anything.
Yeah.
You do it like this.
So the comb is under the finger. You're basically pulling out, and then when you're cutting, you're not cutting like that. You're just moving your thumb. Chop. Boom. Boom. Done. We're teaching how to cut hair, people. Having a proper cutting lesson here. Thumb like this. Fingertips.
Okay.
You want to be a hairdresser, yeah?
I would love to do anything. I've always said my dream.
She
wants to control it.
My absolute dream job would be
open your hand. There you go.
to have a different job every 2 years.
Get in there.
Better.
If you can't see the guide, you never cut. So I couldn't see the guide there. I'm going to go back. I'm going to find my guide. Otherwise, what happens is if you can't find your guide and you just start cutting, his hair's going to be uneven. Think twice, cut once.
Like measure twice.
Measure twice, cut once.
Exactly. Now I can see my guide again. I'm going to go straight down. You obviously want to leave that flick in his hair, so I know where to separate that, and then I make sure I split the hair here. You can see I've kept all of the weight here, but you see how it flows.
Yes, that really looking good.
Around his ears, and he wants that natural flick, so I will never touch that. You can let that go. I might thin it out a little bit, but that's all it really is. So he's still got all of the length. Not length, it's just shorter. Yeah. But it's not so heavy. That's all I'm caring about, just that flip around his ear. So that when he pushes it back, it still stays nice and tight. I'm not good at this compared to some. So look, I've separated the hair for you. Okay. I think I'm going to separate the hair, it's just easier. So when you come up, you're coming up with the comb like this. You pull it out to use your comb as a guide. And then I can see, that needs to come off, yeah? Got it. So look on my finger, pinky, index. Okay. So when you're not using it, like that, fingers down.
Wow, that's fancy.
If you're gonna spin it, just make sure that you are away from my head a little bit.
Yeah. Let me do the sides. I'll let you do the top because if I mess up the side, his hair will look funky. Plus,
okay, if I mess up the side.
Yeah. Plus the poor geezer's under a black sheet. He's probably cooking.
I'm used to the heat by now. But
Jordan loves the heat
Yeah.
and sauna.
it gets to a degree where I don't like it anymore. But
What would you say is the best life lesson or best advice you could give to maybe your younger counterpart if you were maybe went back in time and you were trying to give some advice to yourself?
I was gonna say, you got to think about it. I think what we kind of talked about the other day, Forrest Gump said it, which this too shall pass. That nothing is as bad as things are. It seems like it's always going to be that bad. It's not going to be that way forever.
I like that one. This too shall pass.
And the other being like, I know we talked about it like Christian perspective of it, but even if you're not like outside, I think most people would agree that if you respect and love towards other people and realize that you need grace, they need grace, forgiveness, because everyone is screws up all the time, that you live your life like a lot less angry at people. Like little things don't get you as upset, don't ruin your day as much. Like
Not to worry about the little things so much.
I mean, like, little things, you screw up all the time too. Like if I cut someone off in traffic and they get mad at me, I'm like, I mean, I just made a mistake. It makes me mad at them because I'm like, man, I screwed up. But then if someone cuts you off, you start to kind of get angry at them. And just realizing that, hey, I do the same thing.
I'm still trying to master this. I fail at it absolutely daily, but my dad used to always tell me, if you knew how little people thought about you, you wouldn't think about it at all.
And what do you mean by that?
Just we all run around so much, being so, especially me, so consumed with like, I get in from a social interaction and think, oh my gosh, when I said that, did they think this of me? Or when I acted this way, like they probably noticed and they thought that was weird. And if I knew how little they were actually thinking about me and how much they were actually probably just thinking about themselves and all the things they might have thought they did wrong or they might have thought was weird, then I wouldn't worry about it at all, because really no one's thinking about me at the end of the day. Of course my loved ones are, but not in this critical sense that we all think that everyone's always thinking about us. Especially
with social media, is a lot of times people get on it, just for fun to share and do what they like, but you end up worrying too much about what other people think. Like you said, your likes got like all this stuff. People base their worth on it. Jordan, this was actually the TikTok really, I wanted to show you. But he talked about how most of the time when we think someone's thinking a certain thing about us, it's because we have thought that about someone else before. And so he said, start whenever you get on social media or whenever you see something happening in someone's life, respond how you would want someone else to respond to you. And you'll start believing that other people are going to respond that way to you, if that makes sense at all. So like, for example, if you're scared that like you're taking a leap and you're moving overseas and you think everyone thinks you're crazy, everyone thinks that you're like gonna lose all your money and all this stuff, instead of when you possibly are thinking of that about other people when you're seeing them do that. So instead, get on there and say, that was so brave, that was so bold, like I can't believe they did that. Support them, and the words you say about them
nowadays for just people in general, right?
Yeah, and the words that you say about them, have those be the words that you want others to think about you. Always assume the best of people. Don't jump to the bad conclusion, because like Jordan said, like everyone needs grace, and like when you jump to the worst conclusion, it makes it 10 times harder to have grace for them. And so always just say, if someone cuts you off in traffic, they just got fired from their job and their traffic's the last thing that they're thinking about.
You don't know what's going on in people's lives.
Yes, if someone flicks you off, think they just got a divorce and that was a really horrible day for them. And then all of a sudden it becomes really easy to have grace for that person.
How's it feel?
It feels a lot better. It feels
it really
a lot
does.
lighter.
That's possibly my favorite haircut he's ever gotten.
Turn your head to the side. So what we've done is we've just sort of graduated it into the corners. We've kept the sun's very bright and a very natural flick here, and then on this side as well, very nice, kept the length, and then a nice flick on the back. It's the favourite bit, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sweat gives it a nice sort
glide.
of a nice glide when you're going across it.
The oils I use is shave butter.
We're done. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for trusting me to cut your hair. Looks sweet.
It does. It looks really, really good.
Done.